As I went on, I kind of like, I reached my rock bottom. And I remember like I was driving one Tuesday afternoon, and I just broke down. I started crying in my, I was driving down the road in my taxi, and I just like, my taxi didn't break down. I broke down. I think I had some sort of nervous breakdown. I found I was uncontrollably crying. And whereas sometimes you get a come down and you might think, oh God, what's going on? You can kind of wipe your eyes and you can pull yourself out of it. I literally lost control of my bodily functions. I didn't let loose as such, but my shoulders were shaking uncontrollably. I couldn't drive. I had to pull into the side of the road. I didn't know what was going on. I was at a point where I'd promised my girlfriend that I wasn't going to use the coming weekend. It was a Tuesday, and all I wanted to do was go down a pub and use. I wanted to have a drink, and I wanted to get myself a bit of Charlie and do that. I didn't want to carry on working, and I was dreading the weekend coming when I couldn't use. I had no money, I was in doubt to my eyeballs. And for me, that was my own personal rock bottom. That is the point where I reached out. And it was kind of during that moment of like crying and breaking down that I remembered this conversation I had with a friend of mine in a barber shop. And he told me that he'd joined this fellowship thing. And I thought perhaps I should ask them for help. I'd been to a doctor's previously, a few months previously, and I'd tried to explain what was going on. And she sat there and what she did, she gave me antidepressants, and she told me to join a gym. And I asked her not to write it down in my medical records because my job every 3 years involves like renewing of licence, and my medical records could get checked. And I didn't want that to happen. I had a cocaine problem because I could lose my licence. That was my livelihood. So so our hands were tied to a certain extent. And so she couldn't really offer me any more help other than, I guess, the antidepressants and the advice of giving up drugs and joining a gym. I took the antidepressants.
Any good?
No. I was using too many other drugs. I was self-medicating on cocaine, marijuana, Valium and alcohol.